This section will discuss hiding during an active shooter incident. Find a place outside the shooter's view. Choose an object that will provide physical protection, lock and blockade the door. So not only should you lock that door over at IOH, but push that desk up against it. Use first-hand knowledge of the area. Make sure it's a place where you can escape from. So can you identify a safe place right now in your area, Steve?
I would say that the safest place for us is, like you said, over at ROTC, because I mean we're pretty much just in an open area and don't really have anywhere in our immediate area that you can consider safe or secure.
Peggy's office.
Peggy's office.
Yeah.
If we lock the hall doors,
Yeah.
Peggy's office, but it gets really hot in there. Not that that matters.
I think that's
Could
the
you
least of
imagine
your
us all
concerns.
All right, so fight. This session will discuss fighting an active shooter. Confronting a shooter should be your last resort. But if you're gonna fight, fight. Go all in. Fight like it's the last, because if you are unarmed and he is, you gotta be committed in order to win. Use aggression to incapacitate the shooter, yell, throw items, use makeshift weapons, but you have to commit. So can somebody think of ways that they can fight back? What you would do to fight back against an armed individual?
Close enough grab.
Grab him.
Apprehend and shoot anybody else. Or when most of the time when they run out, they try to reload and
Yeah. But it can be done. Remember the guy at the IHOP?
we put it out.
He was unarmed, and he disarmed an unarmed shooter. It can be done, but you have to be committed to do it. Law enforcement. This session will discuss conduct once law enforcement arrives. An active shooter incident is usually over by the time law enforcement arrives, because they only last like 5 to 10 minutes, and oftentimes the shooter will take his own life before they get there. But you want to expect tactical gear and weapons and sometimes tear gas. They will use hostility to keep victims safe. Stay calm and follow instructions. Again, the lady from Virginia Tech, she said when the police came in, they were yelling and screaming at everybody. The police are coming in and they're going to be afraid, but they're going to be trying to save you. So they're going to yell instructions to you. Follow those instructions. They say get your hands up, get your hands up. They say get down on the floor, get down on the floor. Follow the direction. What other type of questions do you think law enforcement or statements law enforcement might make when they come in?
Probably gonna want to know what you've seen, what you've heard.
You see, where's the shooter?
Yeah.
What did he look like? Which direction did the shots come from?
Right.
If you can answer those questions, do so. All right, we're gonna watch a brief video.
To 15 minutes, start to finish. That's all it takes for dozens of lives to be changed forever by an active shooter. The decisions made in that short window of time before law enforcement arrives, they literally mean the difference between life and death. Active shooter incidents, or ASIs, are a real threat to every workplace. And in today's society, that threat is only growing. Your safety matters, and knowing how to prevent, prepare for, and react if one of these incidents occurs matters for everyone. One of the first lines of defense against an active shooter is knowledge. An active shooter is any individual engaged in killing or attempting to kill people in a confined or populated area. They almost always use firearms and are often motivated by anger, revenge, ideology, or an untreated mental illness. When an ASI starts, it evolves quickly. A shooter's actions are often unpredictable, and victims are selected at random. Essentially, an active shooter incident is chaos, but that doesn't mean a workplace can't be prepared. Even in the most intense situations, planning can make all the difference. Your safety matters, and you should know your organization's emergency action plan. This includes how to report an emergency, as well as specific steps to exit the building. If an incident occurs, every split-second decision matters. It's possible that circumstances will mean the emergency action plan can't be followed. But knowing the ins and outs of a work environment can arm people with the knowledge that will get them to safety. Be aware of your surroundings. Know the 2 exits closest to your work area. And when you visit an unfamiliar building, take time to figure out where the exits are located. Awareness also matters and can play a role in actively preventing ASIs. Always be on the lookout for suspicious activity or anything that could be considered a potential threat. Any suspicious activity can be something out of place, like a vehicle parked in an unusual location or unattended luggage, an open window or door that's usually closed, or an interaction, like an unfamiliar person asking questions about security or shift changes. Suspicious activity can even be as subtle as someone loitering and paying unusual attention to a building. There are many instances where suspected suspicious activity is actually innocent, but considering what to